Good day, everyone. How are you all doing? Hope everyone is well, healthy, and happy, realizing the government does not love you, and that everything that you've been told since you were a child is indeed a big-ass lie. It is June 23rd of 2025, 5:55 p.m. It's always those triple numbers. I see them constantly. Coming to you from the communist shithole known as Ontario, Canada. And if you'd like to support the channel, the information on how you do that is in the description box. And also, I am available for guitar lessons no matter where you live in the world. I do them via Google Meet. I teach everything except for jazz. So if you're into jazz, you're probably best off to find someone else. But other than jazz, I can handle everything else. And I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, give me a like, subscribe, and let's get started. Smart cities. This is a topic we're hearing a lot about these days. And what I'm about to tell you is probably going to surprise you, because I just found this out 20 minutes ago. Luckily, I have some subscriptions to some channels that really dig into things, because they're like me. They don't trust the establishment whatsoever. Like I say in my intro, everything you've been told is a lie. Everything you're still being told is a lie. It's not just what you've been told already. Everything coming out of them is a lie, continuously. Smart cities. There's been all these wildfires, floods, natural disasters, earthquakes, all kinds of stuff. Plus war all over the place. Leveling places. Like Gaza's getting the snot beat right out of it. Iran, they just bombed that. On and on it goes. Well, here's something that I didn't know about the bombing of Iran. The sites they bombed, wouldn't you know it? And Israel's bombing them too. They're bombing all kinds of places. Every place that's being bombed is a place that's scheduled to be a smart city. Isn't that a coincidence? Like Lahaina in Maui. The goings on there is unbelievable. They still won't let people rebuild. Why is that? They're planning to build a smart city there. North Carolina. There's smart cities going up where they flooded and everywhere. And it's very particular spots. So you find out where Israel is bombing in Iran and look at where the states just bombed. They're saying it's about nuclear capabilities, and where have we heard this before? Weapons of mass destruction. We got to go after weapons of mass destruction. Good old George Bush. Biggest lie ever. That was just an excuse. That's like the Gulf of Tonkin incident. They need an excuse to go to war, so they make something up. All these sites, they've just bombed the snot out of, just happen to be places where they're building smart cities. Gaza's another one. That's why they're eliminating Gaza. That is scheduled to be a smart city. If you don't know what a smart city is, I should actually start calling them dumb cities, because the idea is ridiculous. They're designing these cities. The thought is good on paper, okay? But it's these people doing it. These idiots are doing it. So that's why it's going to go badly. They get this idea that everybody can live in these cities, these tiny little box apartments, almost in a pod sort of thing. Some people will be allowed to have vehicles, electric vehicles, and if you have one, you actually have to pay money depending on how far you go, and if you go outside of this certain area. So it's designed so you can walk everywhere you need to go, or there'll be some sort of public transit, I guess. I'm not sure. But this is to eliminate people having independence and having a vehicle and driving and stuff. It's to eliminate that. And you're basically going to be under total surveillance, because these smart cities are going to have facial recognition, a social credit system like China. I've already done a video on that. That's all mixed in with this. Smart cities are going to be hell. Okay, They got something called ULEZ, I believe it is, in the UK, where they're already playing around with this. You got to pay money if you want to leave the immediate area in your car and go somewhere. You got to actually pay. It's unbelievable authoritarian bullshit is what it is. And the Muslim countries, Saudi Arabia is building something called the Line, I think it is. It's basically this tube that everybody's going to live in. It's off the ground, it's up in the air, and it's in this tube. It's space age stuff. I actually think it's technology from elsewhere out there. That's what it looks like to me. And it's my belief that there's somebody living inside Mars. I think there's a breakaway civilization in Mars, not on Mars, but inside it. And some of the photography that's been taken of it shows things sort of like I'm talking about, these weird tubes and stuff all over the place. You can see them on some of the rover photographs that were taken. But that's a separate topic. But the Muslim countries are really about this. We think they're totally separate from what the West is doing, what Europe is doing, but everybody's all in on this together. They want to destroy Western life the way it is. They've got a whole new idea of what it should be. And, I mean, that's why they're modifying the weather, telling us it's our fault for burning fossil fuels. We're causing that. No. Your cloud seeding and your weather manipulation, that all the technology you've got, that's causing it, and you're blaming it on us. So we'll go along with this smart city idea. That's what this is all about. So check out all of the sites that were bombed by Israel, and now the big one that the States just did. Iran sent back a little response to it, which seemed pathetic, just for show, I believe. It's actually my belief that the whole thing is fake. I don't think there's any war actually being fought between them. I think it's all agreed upon, and they're just going through the motions to clear out these areas where they want smart cities. That's what they do with the wildfires, too. The wildfires are happening everywhere they want to do these new urban developments. They're smart cities is what they are. So people can be trapped in these dystopian hellscapes and not be allowed their regular freedom anymore, be under surveillance, be under the thumb of the evil psychos that run this world with their social credit system and everybody having a social credit score. If you're not a good little boy or girl, no car for you, no public transit for you, no money for you. The mark of the beast. We can just turn your money off. You won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. That's where all this is going. I no longer believe, I think I got my answer on Donald Trump. He's one of them. He's one of them. And the indication is Peter Thiel. He's really close with a guy named Peter Thiel, who's involved with Palantir. Palantir is a problem. Okay, I made a video about the glowing orb. They're putting their hands on the glowing orb and stuff. It's like something from Lord of the Rings. That's creepy. Donald Trump is one of the people with his hands on that orb in the picture. And the Saudi king or one of the princes or whoever he is, that's Peter Thiel's stuff. Peter Thiel, if you're hanging with him and associated with him, you pretty much can't be a good guy. And I think he's just all full of shit. I think I finally got my answer on him now. I think this bombing and realizing he's bombing a place to make it a smart city, he's been playing everybody. And let's remember, he was a big star, and he's an actor, basically. They're all actors. I made videos about this a long while ago, too. If you look up the names of people in the Democrat Party especially, but the Republicans too, interesting backgrounds. They'll have IMDb pages. They're all actors and actresses, or at the very least, worked in the industry as a hairstylist, a wardrobe expert, something like that, all connected to the movie industry somehow. And then they become politicians. Well, isn't that convenient to be an actor and then a politician? Because politicians need to lie and be full of shit That's all they ever do. So who better to become a politician than an actor and actress? And most of them are. The number of them that are former actors, it's unbelievable. I did a major bunch of research into that many years ago. Not many, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I couldn't believe what I found. Almost every one of them has been in a movie or done some acting or something. That's what we got here. And Donald Trump, he's a big fat liar, I think is what he is. I think he's scamming the world. All the people that follow him and almost worship him, when they find out that he's just doing the globalist agenda and masking it as something they'll follow, that's why he's doing it. How do we get these people who hate this idea to cheer for it anyway? Well, we'll put someone like Donald Trump right in front of them and say that he's going to be their savior. He's not going to be anybody's savior. He's leading everybody right to the slaughterhouse. That's what I think he's doing. It's quite a thing. It's the age of deceit is what we're in. And it's the biggest deception that's ever been seen in this world. At least I think. I mean, they've been deceiving us a long time. So quite possible they pulled something this wild before. But this one's big. Beware of the smart cities, folks. That's where this is all heading. You're going to have a social credit score, not be allowed to drive and go where you want, and you're going to be watched by Peter Thiel and all his henchmen. It's total dystopian. God bless you all. Thanks for watching.